Hi everyone, here's Runouts, Alpha Mist. This video is probably going to be quite long and it's going to contain lots of different stuff, but I'm working on the principle that this is a lesson, so you came for that rather than just a video where you watch somebody who's not you play a song that you wish you were playing. If you want to watch and listen to somebody play this song, check out Alpha Mist. He wrote this song. He's probably the best person in the world at playing it. So this is really where I try and teach it if you're interested in learning how to play the song but can't, and can't work it out just from listening to the song yourself. Okay, the song is in 4/4 and it's based around F sharp, and that will become important as we move through. But just for now, I'll teach you the melody and what have you. I'll try and pack in as much as I can. If I skate over some things, you can ask questions or what have you if you're interested, if you get that far. Obviously, I have no idea what your level is, so there we go. Try and pitch it. Try and pitch a lesson for people I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Okay, right. The track's in 4/4. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, and that goes over the following bass notes: F sharp, E, B, C natural, G natural, D natural, C sharp, G. Or sometimes on the G chord, you can see I've split the pill on the G one, on the G chord there. Sometimes G sharp, and sometimes I think A. Though I've not listened to the song very many times. Probably shouldn't admit that, but it's true. But there we go. So it changes every 4 notes in the melody, like this. Okay, I'll do that again. That's the main kind of thrust of the track, except it's going, like I said, at this kind of speed. Really quick. So there it was, slow. I've written the note names there, and so hopefully I won't describe them all there. I'm working on the proviso that kind of makes sense. Either you can see which notes I'm playing, or you can understand it from the notation that I've put there. So in quavers, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, as it goes there. I'll play it one more time for you. Where are we? Slow. So, what are the chords? Well, F sharp minor with the flat 6, like F sharp natural minor kind of sound, the key signature of F sharp. The minor scale, just the 3 sharps there, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. That's the first chord. Second chord, here are the melody notes, which are G sharp, A, and C sharp. That implies A major 7, which I've put in brackets there, but with E in the bass. Maybe E major 6/9 with no 5th. Okay. Next chord, B minor 9 in my book. That's the voicing with the bass note and the melody. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. The next chord, the melody goes F sharp and B with C in the bass. Okay, so C is definitely not in the key of F sharp. That would be a flat 5. I'm describing that as from F sharp Locrian, and the reason I'm describing it as from F sharp Locrian is the chord it goes to is G major 7, which is most definitely from F sharp Locrian. So that seems to make sense. That scale is like this. Or at least I think it is. Okay, so you get G major 7 as part of that scale, which hopefully you can see. And you also get C major 7 sharp 11 as part of that sound. And so that's where I think that comes from. The next section here, the 4 notes on the melody are C sharp D, C sharp A over D. That's just the D major 7, again from the natural minor, that minor 6th. Okay, and then C sharp minor 7 sus2, or C sharp with a 9th. It's major, that D sharp, so that implies F sharp Dorian, that raised 6th. If you're looking at it from the perspective of a minor scale. And the melody notes are as follows. So that kind of sound there is a kind of Dorian sound. That's F sharp Dorian, and that goes to G major 7, or as I've put there, G major 7 sharp 11. Is that right? No. Okay, the variations here, the melody always stays the same when you do these variations on this G major chord. You'll be able to hear that on the track. So it always goes F sharp, B, D, F sharp in the melody, but sometimes it has G in the bass, like early on in the track it has G in the bass. And then I think, I might be wrong here, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I think it has G sharp in the bass, which creates like the half diminished chord 2, key of F sharp. Minor that is. And I think sometimes it has A in the bass, which is then like a B minor 7 chord, but with the 7th in the bass. So those are some variations to watch out for, but it's only the bass that changes. Okay, and you wouldn't necessarily need to make those changes. Okay, this next bit here, these are bass notes for, I forget which section of the song, but where it deviates from this bit here, and that is a part of the tune I'm going to somewhat kind of gloss over. If you get to the point where you can play all of that, probably doing this bracketed section is a real cinch. But the next thing I want to talk about is there's a big melody that comes in, which is really cool. It's got great rhythm, and it's a really simple melody, I think, to play, and it repeats a few times, and it's cool. It's got these long held notes. So in 4/4 it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's tied into bar 4, and then tied again. I'll play all of that again. 1. I won't say all the note names, hopefully you can all see them. Excuse the horrendous fingering there. Perhaps I won't do that if I play it in time. 1, 2. Perhaps I will. Let's find out. Yes, I will. Don't come here for piano technique, just notes. Okay, so that's the melody that happens there. And hopefully that kind of makes sense. Just in terms of the rhythm there, 1 and 2, E and that's really important. 1 and 2, E and A. And then the rest is fairly straightforward. Oops. Okay, cool. So that's that melody. Right, which then leads us on to something which is unfortunately going to look like this on the sheet. Yikes. So what is that? Well, this is to help you with a bit of the song which is really, really tricky, where there's a whole bunch of kind of superimposition of 5/16 over the track. It stays in 4/4, there's no doubt in my mind about that. But you get this phrase in 5, which is like this. Which goes over the main kind of busy groove, and there's tons going on in the mix at that point. But what's made even more difficult about it is it doesn't start on beat 1, so it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't do that. It actually starts, in my opinion at least, on the 4th semiquaver of beat 1 when it comes in. 1 E and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you want to think about it like that. So, what are you looking at? You're looking at 8 bars in 4/4, notated out in 16th notes. So each of these rows, you can see 8 rows of purple dots. Yeah, which are kind of sectioned off into 4 lots of 4. So there's 4 bars at the top and then 4 bars at the bottom. So 8 bars, and this section is 8 bars long, and it repeats a whole bunch of times. Okay, now 8 bars in 4/4 gives you 128 16th notes. Okay, so you're going to say, all right, great, this is really exciting. I thought we were playing Alfa Mist. Here's the maths. But I'm only doing this so that you could actually play this bit of the song and not kind of nearly play it. It's hard, okay? But this is how it goes. I mean, you can jam around with this. And if you can just superimpose 5s over 4/4, then great, do that. I'm working for the people that can't do that. You might ask me, well, can you do that? Yes. But I'm working on the proviso that you're interested to find out. So this is like an exercise you could practice. So I guess the first thing to start practicing is just being able to, when you're counting crotchets, be able to count 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, or feel that, but then start to think 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You're going to say, whoa, slow that right down, please. For goodness sake. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that is a good thing to practice. It starts here, so you have this 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 23 times, and then you have a 2, so it shapes up to do it again, a 2, and then it resolves out, and then you just hit the beat 3 in the 8th bar, and then it recycles in a different way, which I'll show you in a second. So that's hence 3 semiquavers where nothing happens, 3 plus 2, that's that kind of bonus 2 tagged on there, plus 8, which is those, plus 115, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, and yes, I did use a calculator, is 23 times 5, which equals 128, which is 8 times 16. So in context, you're like, okay, Mike, play this now in context. Cool. All right, let's try at least. Here we go. Let's go from the top of the track. So this is the bit that I taught at the beginning. If you want to know what this rhythm is, there's a great video by a drummer on the drums here. It's a Cascar rhythm. bass. There's the melody. No, I'm doubting that that's right. Let's check again. We'll try again. It is right, I think. Alright. Now we're into this bit. 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so you might say, oh, you didn't play that bit in context, but I think we need to really go slow. So we're like 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3. After that melody finishes, this bit comes in and you get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then you play that 23 times over the pulse, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end. Okay, so let me try and do that in context. Except what I'm going to do is slow it down, so hopefully it makes sense. Let me try and find the right bit of the track. Okay, so here we go. Let's try it. 1. Okay, I hope that made sense. I think that was pretty much right. But in any case, even if I didn't play with the track correctly, then the theory of what I just did does make sense. So 1 E and A, and you catch the A, and then I don't say 1 E, I don't even think anything. I just have practiced exercises enough, you know, superimposing fives or just practicing a whole bunch of rhythm stuff to be able to do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think that's a good way of thinking about that. So from the end of that melody, you get the next bar, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You know, 23 times, or just don't think about that. Just when you get into the 8th bar, we're going to catch beat 3 of that 8th bar. So pull out of the 5 after the 24th 2. Not that you'd be counting, but you'll feel where that beat 3 in the 8th bar is. And hopefully that will make sense. Cool. Just to try and do that at normal speed or in context, just to show you what's going on. It is like tricky. I'll have a go. So we'll run into it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, good. So, you know, I was skyrocketing around there, but that was actually right. Okay, then, oh, man, okay, you get the next 8 bars. Okay, another sheet. Edit. Still in 4/4. You get the same phrase, but this time, play that 5 subdivision 22 times, just the 22 times, starting not on the A of 1, but on the and of 1. So you get 1 and. Instead of 1 E and A, you get 1 and. And then you play it all the way through until you get to that 8th bar where you have this rhythm here, which goes da 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 da, which is different. It sounds like the 5, but it's this 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again, please, please, please don't count 5 times 22. Listen to what's going on and try and feel what's going on there. Okay, so you know there's work to do on just even playing that, or even 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, you know, then 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, and all that kind of stuff. Let alone trying to play it all kind of in context. You know, super difficult to do. So, to that effect, I'll just explain this, and then this will be the last one, and then I think, you know, I'll leave you guys to it. Gosh, 20 minutes. Oh man, death by Alfa missed here. Tough track. Okay, so here's an exercise just to help you with those fives. Okay, in 4/4. Okay, so you can see 4 lots of 4 black dots there, 16th notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, now this is a great exercise. Okay, so the 5, there are 3 5s in 15, and then plus 1 there, 16. Okay, makes sense? Should do. If it doesn't, either you're, well, no, you just should do. That's maths you should probably be able to do. Okay, so 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1. But you could just practice a rhythmic exercise where you're thinking 4/4, or you're stamping your foot in 4/4. You know, something like that. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 1 2 1 2 3, and you can repeat that round, so it stays in 4/4, and it just kind of a little kind of chopped for you to practice. Okay, you could practice it coming in on the and like it appears in the track. Now, if you start 2 semiquavers later, okay, by the time you've played 2 5s, you've already kind of used up your allowance. That only leaves 4 semiquavers left, so just take them as a rest. So this goes 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, which is, I mean, that's a hip phrase in and of itself. So you know, you can see how this just leads on to other things. Now, if you want my opinion, Alfa Mist is just a fantastic musician that can just do a whole bunch of this stuff. Whether he's thinking about it or not, I don't know, nor am I interested. I'm interested to hear his great music. And it's neither, it doesn't change my life whether he knows that or not. He can just do it. And if he has worked on it and practiced this kind of stuff, great. If he hasn't, also great. You know? So I'm just, again, teaching it. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, so 1 1 and the 5 comes in on the and. 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Which is similar to the kind of the way he ends that phrase. Cool. And then the last exercise here, we're just, 5s going all the way through, but in 5 bars of 4/4, if that makes sense. So if you play that phrase, those 5s 20 times, it will cycle round and land on the 1 in 4/4, and you can see how the way I've done the diagram here, or the notation, how that 5 shifts along. So it shifts along 1 semiquaver each time. Of course, we're grouping in 4, but we're playing in 5, so it's 5 bars in 4/4. Makes sense. Which is a really cool exercise to do. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3, except you're in 4/4, not in 5/4. Cool. Okay, that is Runouts by Alfa Mist. Gosh, and if you're still there, well done. Although, you know, as somebody that teaches classes which are generally speaking an hour and a half long, I think that's pretty short. I hope that's useful. I will perhaps do some other videos that go with this, and a playthrough, but we'll see. Cool. As always, you know, seek the oracle, listen to Alfa Mist. His music's great, and awesome that people are interested to try and find out about it. You know, hopefully you'll be able to go and check him out playing live soon. Okay, right. Wow, 25 minutes. Crazy. Okay, bye.